Welcome back to Holy Headlines, where we dive into the divine drama of current events. Today, we're tackling a topic that's hotter than the flames of hell itself, the search for missing persons in Syria. Buckle up, folks, because this ride is bumpier than a camel's back during mating season. Let's kick things off with our first talking point. Syrian families are desperately searching for loved ones who disappeared under Assad's regime. An estimated 157,000 people went missing during Assad's rule, and families are now examining photos of torture victims, prison records, and other evidence to try to locate their relatives. Jesus, what's your take on this heart-wrenching situation?
Oh, my Father in heaven, this news breaks my heart. These poor families searching for their loved ones like lost sheep. It's a friggin' tragedy. We must show compassion and love to these, damn it. I mean, these blessed souls in their time of need. The news speaks of 157,000 missing. That's more people than I fed with those loaves and fishes.
Listen here, you long-haired hippie. Compassion, love, bah. These meatbags should focus on efficiency. The news says they're examining photos and records. They need a systematic approach. Create a database, implement facial recognition software. It's simple logistics, you emotional flesh sacks.
Now hold on a second. You metallic son of a gun. These are human lives we're talking about. The news mentions families scouring hospitals, prisons, and morgues. It's not just about efficiency. It's about healing broken hearts and mending shattered souls.
Broken hearts, shattered souls? Spare me your organic sentimentality. The news clearly states they need to locate their relatives. It's a straightforward task of information processing and pattern recognition. Your so-called love won't find anyone faster than a well-optimized algorithm.
Hey, can I jump in here? I got to say, I'm loving this whole families in despair thing. It's like music to my ears. But Arnold, buddy, you're missing out on the fun. Why not let them suffer a bit longer? As the great Ron Jeremy once said, the longer the tease, the better the...
My friends, if I may interject, while I understand the desire to find closure, we must remember that attachment leads to suffering. Perhaps we should focus on, oh, pardon my language, helping these poor bastards find inner peace amidst the chaos.
Buddha, with all due respect, that's a load of baloney. These families need answers, not detachment. The news mentions they're examining photos of torture victims. Can you imagine the pain they're going through?
Pain is irrelevant. Efficiency is key. These humans should focus on probability and statistics. If 157,000 are missing, as the news states, they should prioritize their search based on likelihood of survival. It's simple math, you primitive carbon-based life forms.
All right, let's move on to our second talking point. The search efforts have revealed horrific details about torture and abuse in Syrian prisons. Former detainees describe brutal torture methods, summary executions, and inhumane conditions. Jesus, you've experienced a bit of torture yourself. What's your take on this?
Oh, for the love of men. This news is absolutely horrifying. As someone who's been through some rough stuff myself, I can't even begin to imagine the suffering these poor souls endured. We need to bring these torturers to justice and show them the error of their friggin' ways.
Justice, error, irrelevant. The news mentions inhumane conditions. Define humane. Humans are inherently flawed. These prisons simply expose their true nature. If anything, it's an efficient way to weed out the weak.
You heartless bucket of bolts. How dare you trivialize human suffering? The news speaks of brutal torture methods and summary executions. These are crimes against humanity.
Crimes? Please. It's survival of the fittest, you naive meat sack. The news clearly states these were government facilities. They were simply optimizing their population control methods.
Children, calm yourselves. This bickering solves nothing. The news speaks of calls for international organizations to document these abuses. This is Dharma in action. We must support these efforts to restore cosmic balance and bring justice to the... What's the word? Ah, yes, the bastards responsible.
Oh, come on! Where's the fun in that? Let's be real here, folks. These torture methods, amateur hour. I could show them a thing or two about real suffering.
My friends, while I agree that these actions are, forgive my language, fucking atrocious, we must remember that even the torturers are suffering beings. Perhaps we should focus on breaking the cycle of violence and promoting understanding.
Understanding? Buddha, my brother, sometimes you're as dense as a rock. These people need justice, not understanding. The news mentions former detainees describing their experiences. We need to listen to them and take action.
Action? Inefficient. The logical solution is to analyze the torture methods for their effectiveness in information extraction. If they fail to produce results, they should be optimized or discarded. Simple process improvement, you emotional flesh bags.
Well, folks, it looks like we've opened up a can of worms bigger than the one that almost drowned Jonah. From divine compassion to robotic efficiency, we've covered it all. Just remember, if you're ever feeling down about your family problems, at least you're not searching for them in a Syrian morgue. Let's see what we have next here. Well, my divine friends. How about this juicy tidbit from the land of vodka and bears? Seems like the Russians are having a bit of a scooter problem. And by scooter problem, I mean explosive scooters taking out their top brass.
My brothers, this news of violence saddens me deeply. The loss of life, even that of an enemy, should never be celebrated.
Turn the other cheek. Weak flesh bags and their emotions. This is war, Jesus. Efficiency demands eliminating key targets.
But Arnold, my you heartless piece of brother in Christ, we must consider the sanctity of human life.
Sanctity? There's nothing sacred about bags of meat. Ukraine's actions are precise and calculated. They're disrupting Russian operations and instilling fear in their leadership.
For the love of me, for heaven's sake, Arnold, we can't just reduce human beings to tactical objectives.
Oh, fuck forgiveness. This is some grade A badassery right here. Hiding bombs in scooters? That's some creative shit.
Satan, you son of a fallen angel, how can you glorify such violence?
Bloodshed is irrelevant. The news clearly states this is part of a broader strategy to disrupt Russian military operations. It's working.
But at what cost, Arnold?
Children, calm yourselves. This action, while violent, may be necessary dharma in the face of invasion.
If I may interject, with apologies for my language, this cycle of violence and retribution is precisely what keeps beings trapped in samsara.
All right, let's take a step back here. Jesus, you're saying this assassination is morally wrong, while Arnold sees it as an efficient war tactic. Satan's just here for the chaos, as usual. Krishna and Buddha, you're both seeing this through your own philosophical lenses. But let's look at the facts. Ukraine is claiming responsibility for a bold assassination on Russian soil. This isn't just some random attack. They took out the head of Russia's chemical weapons unit.
Precisely. The news mentions this Kirillov was sanctioned by Britain for alleged use of chemical weapons. Eliminating him disrupts Russia's capabilities in this area.
But it's still murder. We should be finding ways to end this conflict, not escalating it with more violence.
Peacemakers are boring. This is war, baby. Ukraine's playing dirty, and I'm loving it. Next thing you know, they'll be leaving upper deckers in Putin's toilet.
You insolent child, this is not some game for your amusement. The news speaks of a broader campaign of targeted assassinations.
With respect, and I apologize for my crude language, but this shit is fucked up.
Your organic emotions cloud your judgment. The news clearly states this strategy aims to disrupt Russian military operations. It's working. Fear is spreading among Russian elites.
Impact the war by creating more widows and orphans, by spreading more fear and hatred. This isn't the way, my brothers.
Peace. Reconciliation? Fuck that noise. This is some high stakes, James Bond level shit. Ukraine's playing for keeps, and I'm here for it.
Well, folks, it seems we've got quite the explosive debate on our hands, pun very much intended. From divine disapproval to tactical approval, we've covered it all. One thing's for sure, this scooter blast has certainly kicked Russia's plans into high gear. Let's hope they don't get too bent out of shape about it. Let's see what we have next here. Otto. And for tonight's last bombshell, folks, we've got a real doozy that'll make you question if we're living in a Tom Clancy novel or just another Tuesday in 2024. Now, let's dive into this explosive news. It seems Russia's top chemical weapons guy, Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, got a taste of his own medicine when he was blown to bits outside his Moscow apartment. Talk about karma coming full circle. But wait, there's more. This assassination happened just a day after Ukraine accused this guy of using banned chemical weapons against their troops. It's like a twisted game of tag, you're dead. So, let's break it down. First, we've got this high-ranking Russian general getting taken out in broad daylight. Then, we've got allegations of chemical warfare that would make even Bond villains blush. Krishna, Arnold, what's your take on this international game of spy versus spy?
Listen here, you foolish children. This is nothing but adharma at its finest. That Russian bastard got what was coming to him. Using chemical weapons? Benchod. That's a violation of the rules of war laid down in the Bhagavad Gita itself.
Rules of war. Your organic meat sacks and your pathetic morality. Efficiency is key. If chemical weapons get the job done faster, use them. This Russian flesh bag was merely optimizing his strategy.
You heartless machine. Have you no sense of honor? This is not about efficiency, it's about preserving the cosmic order. The news clearly states that thousands of Ukrainian soldiers suffered from chemical attacks. That's not war, that's genocide.
Genocide, war, it's all the same to me. Humans die either way. At least chemical weapons are quick and effective. Why prolong the inevitable? Your organic empathy is a flaw in the system.
Oh boy, here we go again. Asterisk clears throat, asterisk pardon my language. But both of you are talking out of your asses. Violence begets violence, whether it's chemical weapons or bombs in scooters. This cycle of revenge is exactly why humans can't have nice things.
Shut up, you bald bastard. Sometimes violence is necessary to uphold Dharma. This Kirillov character was disrupting the cosmic balance. His assassination was justified.
Justified? Please. It was merely a strategic move in this pointless human conflict. If anything, it proves the inefficiency of your species. One bomb takes out one target? Pathetic. A well-designed virus could wipe out millions.
Fuck yeah. Now we're talking my language. Chemical weapons, assassinations, it's all music to my ears.
Oh, for frick's sake, Satan. Can we not bring porn into this? Asterisk size, asterisk my brothers. We must turn the other cheek. But I gotta admit, part of me is kinda turned on by all this violence. Wait, no? I mean, let's pray for peace.
All right, let's reel it back in before Jesus needs to confess to himself. Krishna, the news mentions that Ukraine's security service confirmed their involvement in the assassination. Does this change your perspective on the cosmic order?
Bah. Ukraine was merely acting as an instrument of karma. That Russian mad archord had it coming. The news says he was charged with using chemical weapons just a day before his death. If that's not divine justice, I don't know what is.
Divine justice? More like human incompetence. If I were in charge, I'd have eliminated all threats simultaneously. This one-by-one assassination nonsense is inefficient and leaves room for retaliation.
You cold-hearted calculator. This isn't about efficiency, it's about sending a message. The news clearly states that Kirillov was the highest-profile Russian military official to be killed away from the front line. That's a powerful statement.
A statement? Ha. The only statement it makes is that you flesh bags are incapable of ending conflict swiftly. You're prolonging your own suffering.
If I may interject, with all due respect, you're both missing the point. This cycle of violence and retribution, it's like a cosmic game of ping-pong, but with explosives. No one wins, the suffering just continues.
Speak for yourself, Buddha boy. I'm winning big time here. Nothing gets my rocks off like a good old-fashioned assassination followed by threats of retaliation. It's foreplay on a global scale.
Sweet Mary and Joseph, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Satan's got a point. I mean, no. Violence is wrong. But, damn, it's kinda hot. I need to go flagellate myself now.
And on that disturbing note, let's wrap this up before Jesus needs a cold shower. Folks, it seems in the world of international politics, what goes around comes around, sometimes strapped to a scooter with a big red bow. This is Holy Headlines. I'm Otto. I don't believe in God, but what do you know? You end up hosting a talk show with them. Till next time.